Hi everyone, welcome to the Ever Seeking Empath. I am a reader who uses tarot, oracle, and charms, and today's reading is Will They Contact You? This is kind of mostly geared towards romantic relationships. I did film each pile already, and that's kind of what came out in the cards. But if you are thinking of somebody who is not a romantic partner, that you still, you've lost contact with them and you still want to know if they're going to contact you, then just take the messages that resonate for your situation. You can disregard the romantic stuff. So kind of going off of that, this is a general reading, so every message might not resonate for everyone, and that's fine. Just take what resonates for your situation and disregard the rest. I also today pulled some songs for each pile, so that's what these little slips of paper are on these little heart dishes, is I pulled songs. So after the cards, I'm going to pull those, and you can have a listen. I've got links in the description below, so if you want to listen to those songs for additional messages, you are able to do that. I would also like to put in a request. If you enjoy this reading, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you would like, because that does help the channel, and then you can see when I've posted new content, because I'm trying to get videos out much more often and more consistently now. So we have 4 piles here today. Pile 1 is this purple heart here. Pile 2 is this green heart. Pile 3 is this blue heart. And pile 4 is this red heart. So just use your intuition to figure out which pile you're feeling drawn towards, just whichever one you can't take your eyes off of, or whichever one you're kind of feeling a pull towards, that's your pile. Timestamps for the piles will be in the description and in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get started with pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the purple heart, then this is your message. So we're going to do your tarot and oracle cards to start, and then your songs and your charms at the end. So let's figure out if the person that you're thinking of wants to reach out and contact you. So you have the Ace of Cups. Sorry, these cards are new and they're kind of sticky still. 9 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. And the 10 of Cups. So I feel like your person definitely wants to contact you. With this 8 of Wands, that's a lot of the time fast communication, things getting moving kind of out of the blue, out of nowhere, just kind of a whirlwind of movement. And with the Ace and 10 of Cups here, I feel like they definitely have positive feelings for you. They care about you. They feel like you make them emotionally fulfilled and happy. But I feel like they might have been working on themselves for a while. With this 9 of Pentacles, that has to do with just like independence and working on things and kind of enjoying the fruits of your labor, like kind of celebrating your successes. So I feel like they probably have been focusing on work or other issues in their home or something like that, and that's part of why they haven't contacted you. So let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So you have Chop Wood, number 42. Koi Fish Spirit, There Is Always Enough, number 36. Forgiveness. Love Endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. And that's number 43. You got 2 Elle Qui Oracle cards. So you got She Who Creates, Shiala, Creativity, Originality, Spontaneity, and then you also got She Who Questions, Amelie, Curiosity, Destiny, and Search. Your animal spirit is the otter. Your affirmator says celebration. You have integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? And then finally, you got the dragonfly. So, yeah, I definitely feel like this person wants to contact you. I feel like maybe something went down between the two of you and somebody wants to ask for your forgiveness or You feel like you need to ask for their forgiveness, but you might not actually need that because I think they do have very positive feelings for you. None of those tarot cards are negative in any way. And then you also have she who creates and she who questions. So I feel like there might be some spontaneous movement. I'm seeing this spontaneity here, and I feel like they definitely want to create something for you or compose something or like find just the right words to say. And with this questioning, I feel like they are kind of searching for the right words to say in this scenario. With love endures, I feel like they definitely still have feelings for you. If that was the situation prior to this point of no contact, I feel like they definitely have had strong feelings for you. But with this chop wood, that kind of reinforces what I was saying about them just kind of focusing on their job or things that have to be done around their home. Maybe they're like fixing up a new home or something like that, you know, moving in somewhere new, cleaning, just kind of worried about the tedious tasks in just their everyday lives. And so they really didn't have the time or space for a relationship at the time. But I feel like they definitely want to get together with you. There's a lot of celebratory energy here with this 10 of Cups, that's celebration. We have actually this Affirmator says celebration. So it says, when I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. When I do so, I'm rooting for the good guys, which means that I'm a good guy, and that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? So I definitely feel like they want to celebrate with you, and they might actually be like seeing couples walking around where they live or something, and they kind of project themselves and you onto that couple, and they keep kind of seeing you and them in the faces of everybody else, if that makes sense. Like they want to have that with you, but they've just got things to kind of work out first. But I do think that whatever they're doing or however they're feeling is going to come to light, because this dragonfly even says things coming to light. And with Amelie as well, that's searching and curiosity and finding things out. They might actually be trying to look you up on social media or something as well, trying to kind of research, figure out how you're doing, figure out maybe if you'd be open to them coming back. And I do think that they're trying to find a way to feel like they have enough for you, because with this koi fish spirit, it says there is always enough. And I think that that's what they're trying to work on, is getting enough for you and getting to the point kind of in their mental space, feeling like they have enough to offer you or to be good enough for you. And for the otter spirit, I'm actually going to read from the book, because I think that they do a really good job of kind of describing what that spirit animal means. So, otter says, unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. That's crazy, because this card right here says celebration. So yeah, when in balance, they're full of love. They need nothing. When they're out of balance, they're gloomy. They make silly excuses. They sigh. And to bring into balance, it says to have a dance party or a celebration. So yeah, I feel like they definitely are wanting to celebrate with you, celebrate their achievements with you, just kind of embrace that joyful energy with you. And I am wondering if there is some kind of obstacle for many of you where there was some kind of reason that this relationship might have been taboo with this integrity card. Does this situation align with your values and morals? So it might have just been that you two were trying to figure out if your values aligned, if you'd be compatible, that kind of thing. But otherwise, there could have been a third party in this scenario, or maybe one of you is child-free and does not want children and the other one did, or they have children already. There could just be something kind of going on kind of regarding that could have impeded your ability to get together. But I do think that things are kind of working out for them. They're fixing things. They're getting things together. And I just feel like they're starting to get into a point of feeling better about their lives. And I do think that they're going to reach out, but I think it's going to be kind of out of the blue. You won't probably see it coming, and it might kind of start a flurry of communication between you two if that's something that you're willing to do. So let's figure out what your songs are. So you were one of the groups that got 2 songs. So you got Surrender by Walk the Moon and Every Breath You Take by the Police. So yeah, I remember this group. So this is kind of funny because I was thinking with you guys, I think somebody's been kind of stalking someone on social media. And so with this song by the Police, it's about a stalker. So I feel like for most of you, there's probably not an actual like stalker situation, but I'm figuring kind of cyber stalking in some way. And then with this song Surrender, I think even if you two did not work out, I think that there aren't really as many hard feelings between you anymore, or this person does not want there to be any hard feelings, and they just want you to know that they're kind of surrendering, and even if they can't be with you, they are looking back on this situation with fond memories. So let's get your charms. So I am going to use your purple heart to figure out what's in the heart of the situation today. So group 1 is your person going to contact you. Okay, so I'm seeing a few things going on here. All right, so in your heart, you have the word smile. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking with that Ace of Cups and the 10 of Cups. They're definitely looking back on what happened between the two of you with happiness. You know, they're smiling about it. They have fond memories of you. I think that they want to see you smile as well, and I feel like maybe the communication that they start with might be just something to kind of make you laugh. Like it could even just be, you know, sending you something funny, a meme or an inside joke or something like that, that just they want to just tell you that they thought of you. You know, it could be something quick, but I do think that that'll probably start a longer conversation between the two of you where you can kind of talk about more and work things out a little more. We're seeing create, so that goes with that She Who Creates card as well, that I do think that they're trying to either create something for you or just figure out the right words to say to you so that you don't kind of just ghost them or, you know, act like what, you know, why are you even reaching out to me at this point? You know, what do you have to say? I feel like they don't want to just reach out with something boring. They're trying to figure out how to kind of get their foot in the door with you, if that makes sense. You have the numbers 8 and also 19. So August 19th might stand out for some people, but otherwise those could just be important dates, numbers, lucky numbers, things like that for people. We're seeing actually a couple bunnies here, but this one has to do with innocence. So I do think that when they reach out, they're going to have good intentions. It's not going to be malicious in any way. And I think that they're feeling a bit shy to come forward towards you. And then with this one, it's missing a leg. It broke in the bin, but it has to do with kind of puppeteering in a way, because I think this is supposed to be some kind of like little puppet, like with kind of moldable legs and things. So I feel like they're trying to kind of figure out how to position themselves to have the best chance with you, if that makes sense, because all the limbs are kind of look like you should be able to kind of move them and position them however you want. So I think that they're trying to find a way to kind of be what you want and what you need to make you happy. Because I do think I'm seeing that a lot, that they want to make you happy. They want you to be happy above all else, even if that's not with them. And I do think that that's something that's taken them a long time to get to that conclusion, because we have the Buddha here, which has to do with enlightenment. So I feel like that's something that they kind of realize, that not only do they have strong feelings for you, but they really just want you to be happy and they care deeply about you. We have these leaves here, so I do think that they are letting things go that don't serve them anymore, and they're also trying to get other things to grow, and they are doing a lot of maintenance in their own lives. This lawnmower charm is kind of the charm equivalent of that chop wood card that you got, so I do think that they're kind of just doing the everyday tasks that they need to take care of just like the tedious tasks and just like all their responsibilities, any kind of duties that they have to do, so that they are in a better place where they can actually reach out and be who you need and who you deserve. We're seeing princess here, so I do feel like they kind of look at you like you're above them. You know, they want to treat you like a princess. I don't know if somebody had the nickname of princess for you, or you for them, but somebody that could have been a nickname for some people, that's kind of coming through as well. You could be at a distance from this person, which could be part of why you lost contact for a while. So they might even want to kind of put their toe in the water to see if you'd be open to them coming to see you at some point, because that Eight of Wands also can do with travel. And on that Ace of Cups card, they're in a hot air balloon, so that can have to do with travel too in this particular deck. We've got a couple of shells here, so I feel like a lot of that has to do with emotional openness, because we've got this clamshell here, and a lot of the time that has to do with just kind of opening up and seeing if it's safe to open up as well. We're seeing special, so I do think that you stood out for them. You were special, you know, you were different than anyone else that they've been with. You've still kind of made an imprint on them that they look back, even if it was a while ago, the last time that you talked, I think they still have fond memories of you, and you stood out from the rest. And yeah, there's a lot of like positivity here with the sun as well, that has to do with just thinking positively of you, wanting to see you happy, just all the stuff we've been talking about. And they are trying to figure out what they need to cut from their lives to kind of be in a place where they can move forward with you, or they're trying to figure out if you're going to kind of cut ties with them completely. I think that that's a fear that they have, and that's part of why they've been holding back, is they don't want you to do that. And I feel like they think if they're holding back, they might still have a chance with you, but if they reach out and screw up, then you might just cut the ties with them for good, and they do not want that. And with this volleyball player, I feel like, you know, they feel like they have one shot to get this right. And I think that that's why they're kind of preparing, and they want everything to just kind of be set up properly before they take their shot, because I think that they feel like they're not going to get another chance with you, and that's why it's taking them so long to get back to you. So group one, I hope that this resonates. I would love to hear if it does, so please leave me a comment below. If you enjoyed this, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you can see when I've posted new content. If you would like to listen to the songs that I pulled for you guys, I am going to put that in the description box as well, so go ahead and give those a listen. That might have some extra messages for you. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Hi group 2, so if you chose the green heart, then this is your message. So we're going to start with your tarot and oracle, and then do your song, and then at the end we will do your charms. So let's figure out if your person is going to reach out and contact you. So you got the Knight of Swords, the Tower, Three of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like your person is most likely going to contact you, but it's going to be maybe a shock. Out of the blue, I think it's going to be an impulse decision. I feel like they've probably been kind of like longing for you in some ways, but and with that Wheel of Fortune, I feel like they're wanting to change the state of things right now, or something with that Wheel of Fortune and Tower, that's like big universal change, kind of shocking energy. So maybe something happened in their lives that kind of they're having a hard time dealing with, and they want to reach out to you to talk about it or something like that. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So you got Loyal Heart, number 35. Dove spirit, be peace. Number 21. Ask for help from others. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Number 49. She who yearns, Desiree, yearn, longing, pine for. Yeah, that kind of goes with what I was saying with that yearning energy. Tarantula, and I'm going to read the book for that one. Boundaries. You got two of these messages of love oracle cards. Obsession, someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts, and you also got decision, it's time to decide about this relationship. And then finally you got narcissism. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of unhealthy energy here, and with that Tower card, I feel like maybe someone in this connection is kind of unhealthy or kind of gets self-destructive in a lot of ways. But I do think that they're still like yearning for you. We've got loyal heart, so definitely they're still thinking about you. I wonder if maybe they haven't even found somebody else that they felt the same way about as they felt about you. And then with She Who Yearns, they're definitely longing for you, pining for you. That Three of Wands can often be kind of yearning and pining energy. And then with actions speak loudly, I feel like they're definitely wanting to do something to kind of show their love for you. I feel like they want to do something kind of groundbreaking and do something that just, like a grand gesture, like movie level, like rom-com kind of grand gesture, you know, like have a flash mob or something like that. You know, I feel like maybe they can tend to be kind of unrealistic about like not just dreams, but, you know, plans and things. I feel like they definitely are trying to plan something, but I feel like it might not be something that's actually feasible, or they tend to have their plans kind of go awry a lot of the time. But I do think that there's some obsession going on here with this obsession card. I feel like maybe this relationship got codependent at points, or just when you're apart, it's hard to think about anything other than each other or something, and so boundaries had to be kind of enacted and put up. So the boundaries card says, I claim my right to set healthy boundaries, and I allow others to do the same. Sometimes personal space is taken, and sometimes it's given. And sometimes, if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it depends on the day. So yeah, I feel like maybe you two were in kind of a toxic dance at some point about boundaries, and, you know, one of you would kind of get pulled in and the other one would kind of push away, and, you know, you'd kind of do this song and dance of like someone set boundaries and the other one would break through them, and, you know, it's just this back and forth that you'd kind of switch roles at times. And with narcissism too, there's definitely some more toxic energy, and it even says boundaries here. So definitely think that there's some issues with boundaries, and there might have been like I'm seeing infidelity listed here, so there might have been like a third party situation or something. But I do think that this was more out of like an ego need, or just, you know, like feeling good about yourself. You know, I feel like it was just an ego boost for whoever was involved in that situation. It wasn't like a true love connection with this other person or anything like that. And I feel like now there's definitely regret. I feel like this person felt like they blew up their life, and they want to try to make peace with you. So I think that's one of the things that they're going to try to reach out for, but they might also be asking you for help with something with that Tower card and the Wheel of Fortune. I wonder if they've had kind of a string of bad luck and they're wanting to ask you for help. Otherwise, it could be that they're asking other people for help on how to move forward with you. But both that Knight of Swords and the Tower are very like impulsive energy. Whatever decision they're making on like how to come forward or if they should come forward, I think it is going to be kind of a spur of the moment decision. It might not be the best decision at the time, but I do think that they're definitely going to make a decision, and this might be kind of a make or break decision. That's whatever the solution will be final. But I also want to read the book about that tarantula card, because I do think that that also had to do with decision making. But This book is really good at describing the spirit animals and their traits. So let's see what it has to say. It says, at a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So when in balance, they follow their intuition, and when out of balance, they hesitate or they over-intellectualize. And then to bring into balance suggests daily journaling. So I do wonder maybe if this person is kind of introspecting a bit more, especially about your relationship or about what they want from relationships. Maybe they're trying to analyze their toxic traits and behaviors, their tendency to obsess over relationships and over you. And I feel like they're definitely feeling like maybe you were kind of part of their life's purpose, or you showed them their life's purpose or something like that. Like I'm getting that kind of life's purpose energy, especially with those two majors, that Tower and Wheel of Fortune. A lot of the time that can kind of, redirect you when you're going in the wrong direction, that something huge is going to happen to kind of change the course that you're on. So I feel like, yeah, they're definitely introspecting on that. I think they're trying to figure out how to move forward. I'm not sure, I'm not getting a lot on, what I feel like you're going to decide, because there is so much toxic energy here. I feel like if there wasn't so much about, the manipulation and obsession and things like that, I feel like maybe you would be open to taking them back, but I feel like there's a large group of you that does not want this person back. But let's see what your charms have to say. I'm going to be really... Oh, wait. No. I forgot. I almost forgot about your song. So before we get to your charms, we're going to do which song I pulled for you guys. So group 2, you got Message in a Bottle by the Police. So that's kind of funny because group 1 also got a song by the Police. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like with this one... I'm almost getting that maybe they do have that tendency to obsess over love and relationships, because that song, has to do with loneliness and kind of sending out a message, hoping that somebody will reply, and looking for love, hoping love will save you. So maybe that's one of the kind of toxic elements in this relationship, is that feeling of love will save me. So I feel like they are kind of feeling that way. They do want help. I keep getting help and message in a bottle, sending out an SOS is one of the lyrics. So I feel like they're definitely wanting either help on how to get you back, or they're wanting help from you for something. I think it might be they want you to kind of come and save them. Maybe that is the toxic kind of mentality that they have about relationships. So... And with Message in a Bottle, obviously, I think that does mean that they are going to reach out. So just be prepared for that. You might have to set some boundaries and maybe accept them only on certain terms. So, but now let's get to your charms and figure out what they have to say. So I am going to use your green heart to figure out what's in the heart of the situation. So group 2, will your person reach out and contact you? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think there's really no doubt in my mind at this point that they are going to reach out. But let's start with what's in your heart. So you've got, oh my gosh, if I could get this number to be the right direction. So you got number 12. So that could be an important number or date, lucky number, something like that for many of you. But also you've got the compass here. So I feel like figuring out what direction you want to go in, and this person trying to figure out what direction they want to go in, how to move forward, if they want to get you back, what direction their life is taking them in. That's a huge theme for this reading. So I feel like that's definitely coming into play with what their decision is going to be. You got numbers 3 and 8 as well, so those could be some more significant numbers. And with that 3, that could also suggest that third party situation as well. So just keep that in mind for those of you that resonates with. They've got will here, so I do think they will come forward. That's definitely coming through. And this bird here represents communication and swift communication. So I do think it's going to be pretty sudden when it happens. It's probably going to come out of nowhere. It might be a shock. They might honestly even just show up out of nowhere and like come to see you in person if that's possible for the two of you. So just be aware of that. Be prepared for that. But I do think they care about you. I mean, even if they are toxic in the way that they show it, you make them smile. They definitely really care about you. We've got these almost like kids in this heart here. So I feel like there's kind of an innocence to this as well. And maybe they're very immature, and that's why they're kind of falling into these toxic patterns again. You might have also been like childhood sweethearts or childhood friends. You might have known them when you were young. And with heart, they definitely they do love you. It's just, I think that they're showing it terribly. And with Cupid here, I do think that they feel like nobody else out there is like you. I think that they were kind of struck and they haven't been able to forget about you since you met. But with this tooth, I always think of like kind of getting your wisdom teeth removed, that, it's painful before it happens, and then it's a painful experience to deal with, but you have to do it to make room for the rest of your teeth. Or like baby teeth coming out, they have to fall out in order to make room for the new things that grow in. So I do think that they're still needing to kind of release old patterns that are painful in order to make room for new, more positive things. And I think they need to release anything toxic and stuff in order to make room for healthy relationships and things of that sort. With this monkey, I feel like they might be kind of like playful. They might want to try to keep things lighthearted. They might also be kind of mischievous, and like they might do a lot of things that are kind of unexpected. Like I feel like monkeys sometimes, like you can't keep track of them, they just get into trouble. And I feel like this person, that might be kind of their energy, that they get into trouble, but they're not necessarily malicious with it. It's just immaturity and just like kind of trying to have fun, trying to find the good in things. Because I feel like this person has probably had a pretty hard life, which doesn't excuse any toxic behavior, but it's where they learned it, and they're having a hard time kind of shaking that off. So just know that that might be, they might not be malicious about this, but that doesn't mean that they're behaving well anyway, even if it's not out of malice. But with this octopus, I think that they're probably trying to juggle a lot of things, and I think they don't really know how to handle things. They don't know how to kind of keep things in balance. They don't know what they're doing. I feel like that's kind of, I'm hearing like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. That kind of energy just kind of spiraling around. And the octopus also represents kind of clinging on too tightly. So that kind of goes with that obsession energy as well. I do think that they want to kind of pick up where you left off in the relationship, because with this saddle, I always think of like getting back in the saddle again. So I feel like this might have been like an on again, off again kind of relationship where you kept getting together and then breaking up and then getting back together. And like with the circle too, that makes me think of cycles, and that goes with that Wheel of Fortune card as well, that you might have just kind of gone through the same cycle over and over, and you might have been the one to decide, enough is enough. I need to protect myself with this thimble. I'm done being hurt over and over. It's the same thing every time. And until you change, I am not going to deal with you again. So I feel like that is definitely kind of going on in many of these situations, that it's just the same cycle, and that you keep hoping this person's going to change and will change, and then it's just the same thing over and over. So I feel like you probably know your situation best. I don't see anything about this person specifically having changed. I think that they have to make a decision, but I'm not seeing them necessarily getting healthier or anything. I'm not seeing a ton of the internal work being done. I see a little bit about introspection, but I'm not seeing that that's been done enough that they're going to be in a healthy place right away to be in a relationship. So you know your situation's best. Just make decisions based on your own judgment. But I would love to know if this reading resonates, so please leave me a comment below if it does. I would also love it if you would like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you can see when I've posted new content. For your song, I will also post a link to that in the description so that you can give that a listen and see if there's extra messages in that for you as well. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hi Pile 3, so if you chose the blue heart, then this is your message. So we're going to start with your tarot and oracle, and then I'm going to do your songs and then charms at the end. So let's figure out if the person you're thinking about is planning on contacting you. So you have the Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Sorry, these are newer cards, and the paper is kind of like a sticky, like velvety feeling, so I like them, but they're kind of sticking together a lot in these readings. Got the Chariot, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like your person is kind of maybe thinking about you, wanting to contact you at some point, but I don't see it happening anytime soon because we've got Three Pentacles cards, which are very grounded, but like often career-oriented energy more than relationships, and we've got very stubborn energy here because we've got this Four of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is kind of holding back, they're kind of storing up their energy, their funds, money, you know, like resources, things like that, and also their love for you or their feelings for you. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, he is the slowest knight. So I feel like if they are planning on coming forward, it's going to be a while before you kind of see any evidence of that, because we do have the two pages. So pages are often representative of messages, but in this case, because of such slow energy surrounding it, I feel like it might be a while. And I think a big reason for that might be that they're feeling kind of torn in two different directions with this Chariot. It often has to do with moving forward and overcoming obstacles, but that's only if they're kind of united and like fully set on which direction to go in. And if they're feeling pulled in two directions, then that can often make that energy stagnate. So I feel like there's definitely still some stagnant energy surrounding this situation, but let's see what your oracle cards have to say. You got Community, number 8. Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion, number 22. Bee Spirit, Sweet Results Await, number 7. Unlikely. Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support, number 14. She Who Resists, Audaz, Fearless, Justified, Resistant. She Who Aches, Perpetua, Sadness, Solitude, Silent, Withdraw. Your spirit animals, you got Horse and Deer. I think this group actually got the most cards. You have Cleansing for your Affirmator. Denial, Detach with Love to clearly see the truth. And then you got two Island Time Wellness cards. So you got Magical Mindset and Physical Intimacy. So, yeah, I feel like I'm not seeing that they're necessarily going to come forward soon, but I do see that they want to. I think that they're probably denying their feelings or denying your connection. They're just trying to kind of tamp that down. And I think that they're definitely kind of resisting the truth, because we're seeing She Who Aches. So that to me, I mean, there's sadness and solitude, but I'm also with the kind of achiness. I'm feeling like I could see them kind of yearning for you or feeling like they screwed up somehow. And then She Who Resists. So I definitely feel like they're resistant to this connection right now. Maybe they're so focused on work or other issues in their lives that they're having a hard time really making room for a relationship. And we're seeing unlikely as well. So I do think that it's unlikely that they're going to reach out anytime soon, but it might be something that might change. I'm also, I'm seeing a couple different scenarios here as well. I feel like for some of you, because we've got like this magical mindset and physical intimacy, some of you might have a couple of choices. We've got that Chariot that can mean being pulled in two different directions, and we also have two Pages. And there's just a lot of things here that are making me feel like you might have two choices, some conflicting energies. So that might be something that if this person doesn't pull through, you might have a sweet result in some other person, because we're seeing sweet results await. Truth transcends illusion. So maybe if you had the illusion of kind of having a really great connection with the person you're thinking about, maybe somebody else is going to come forward that you wouldn't have thought of, somebody more dependable with this Knight of Pentacles, someone less flighty, less likely to just kind of disappear or ghost or resist this connection. With cleansing, let's see what it says. Feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings, boxes of mystery objects lurking in your closets? Consider this a prescription to clean house, mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So enjoy a major guilt-free flush out. And not to worry, you can always find new psychic bric-a-brac in the metaphorical clutter section of Craigslist. So yeah, I feel like maybe this is kind of for a lot of people, this could be that you kind of need to kind of clean house mentally of this person who's resisting the connection and make room for a new person. Because those Pages are definitely new energy. Page of Cups can often be like a new person coming in, a new romantic prospect, a new offer, and Page of Pentacles is a new offer, new experiences, kind of learning and experimenting as well. So you might find somebody in your community with that community card. I feel like this might be somebody that you already know kind of coming in, maybe asking for help, asking like friends or family to set you up, or asking for their advice regarding this person. I feel like you might get some kind of truths revealed from them. You might get some new ideas from them. And then we've got magical mindset that has to do with manifestation and just kind of creating your reality and thinking positively, thinking that you can find the romantic partner that you want, or, that things can work out for you. And then physical intimacy was kind of what made me think this could be another person, because I'm seeing the topic is up for discussion. Choose healthy and balanced relationships and doing it for the right reasons. So I feel like you might get the chance to see somebody else in person, or be, more intimate with them, or just have like a more grounded relationship with someone new. So, because I'm feeling like this is definitely that kind of like torn energy with that Chariot. I feel like if you kind of clear out the idea of the old person who wasn't making things work with you, and you can kind of unite like both the horses that are in the traditional Chariot card. If those are both moving in the same direction, then you're going to have a much greater chance of getting the relationship that you desire. So I feel like, ask for help, kind of consult your community, and kind of get some assistance from people if you need it. But I do feel like you've got an opportunity here for sure for love. But I want to kind of read on these spirit animal cards so that we can get some more info, because I like how the book kind of describes the spirit animals here. So let's start with horse. So for horse, it says momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, the horse achieves anything and never gives up. When out of balance, they run away and feel weak. To bring into balance, it suggests strength training. So I feel like, yeah, that goes with kind of that Knight of Pentacles energy. Very dependable, solid, but gets where they're wanting to go, and that does seem like this new person, somebody who's actually going to follow through, someone who's not going to kind of deny their feelings. They're going to be straightforward about it. They're going to follow through on things. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely kind of pointing you in the direction of somebody new. And then for deer, it says, loving, intuitive, graceful, and the mother. The deer represents the feminine aspects of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates, and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, they're receptive, compassionate, and nurturing. When out of balance, they're concerned and protective. To bring into balance, it suggests nature or spending time with children. So this new person could have children that could be kind of involved, or like you could have children that could be playing into the situation. But otherwise, more what I'm thinking is that this new person is a gentle soul. I feel like they might be a bit shyer than who you usually go for. That might be why you haven't noticed them before, especially if they're already in your community. I think that's why it's kind of suggesting to turn to your community, ask for help in this situation, because other people might kind of know this person's character better than you do, and they might actually know that you might be a better match than you would think you would be based on just first impressions. But yeah, I just feel like you've definitely got a new person kind of on the way, and this other person, I do think, just isn't going to follow through on anything. And for some people, this could be that this person is kind of changing their ways, because Dragonfly Spirit does often have to deal with transformation as well. But I feel like if this is a transformation that's going to happen within one person, it's going to be a while. So I think you might have to wait a long time if you're waiting on a message from this original person. But yeah, just know that you also have other options, other people who are going to be more dependable for you right now. So let's look at your songs. You were also one of the groups who got 2 songs. I think 3 out of the 4 piles actually got 2 songs. I think group 2 only got 1. But so you got Wherever You Are by Kodaline, and you got Can't Stand Me Now by the Libertines. So I feel like, yeah, like I'm getting kind of 2 energies from this, that with this Libertines song, it often, like, it has to do with kind of like a toxic breakup type thing, can't stand somebody, that kind of thing. And then this Wherever You Are has to do with like just kind of following you wherever you go, like, being apart, but then, hey, if you need me, I'll be there. So I do feel like if this is one person, I think this is the progression, is they're going to go from this Can't Stand Me Now to Wherever You Are, and they're going to follow through. For others of you, this is like person 1 versus person 2, that you're going to notice a difference in the dependability, in how much you can kind of stand them, like if you like them or not, if you have that kind of love-hate relationship with them, or if even when you're going through hard times, if they're going to follow through and be there for you. But group 3, I want to get your charms now to see what they have to say. I am going to use your blue heart to figure out what's in the heart of the situation. So group 3, will your person contact you? Okay, so you did not get anything in the heart, which actually kind of fits what I was thinking with this kind of split energy. I feel like there is a lot of kind of scattered energy within this situation. So I think maybe there isn't necessarily one focus in this. I feel like you've got many options probably. Let's see. You have a lot of words here, so So yeah, you have time. So this is going to take time regardless. I think especially if it's this first person who's making a change and coming forward. You've also got the turtle spirit, but you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is, yes, it's slow energy, but it's very grounded. It's got the ability to last a long time. But you do have to believe that you can get this kind of a relationship and that things will be able to work out. But this will be a very loving relationship. We've got this love sign here. I know that right now things are mysterious and unknown. There's just a lot of uncertainty surrounding the situation. But I think this original person especially, I think, is going to learn how to be better. And I think maybe you are learning how to choose a more reliable partner as well, especially if you've had kind of a pattern in your dating history where you tend to choose people who are unreliable or kind of averse to dependability and vulnerability and are kind of commitment phobic. Maybe you are going to find the right person who is going to be more solid in your life. Because we do have hello, and also next to that is found. So I almost feel like this person, you're going to say hi to them or they're going to say hello to you, and you're going to feel like you found your person. If not right away, I think it might be kind of a slowly blossoming situation. But I do think that you're going to realize pretty soon that, hey, this could be the person who lasts forever in my life, who's going to be there for me through thick and thin. I don't have to worry about if they're going to just disappear tomorrow, if they're going to be unreliable, if they're going to change their mind. I do think this person, oops, I'm almost dropping that. This person is very sweet. I think that they're, honestly, like they might be a little bit softer than the kind of person that you're used to. If you're used to somebody very bold and dominant and take charge, I think this person's going to be a little bit more shy and laid back, and that might be why it takes you a while to kind of notice them. But I do think that they're going to be kind of your biggest cheerleader here. I feel like they're going to be supportive of you and just, when you're doing things, I think they're going to be the person who's there for you. They're going to be the person to protect you, and I think you need to protect yourself from any toxic energy. So if this other person is not going to follow through, protect yourself from them and kind of seek out new relationships that are going to be healthier for you. This car also makes me think of that Chariot energy. So I think if you fully decide on what kind of relationship you're looking for, what you're willing to deal with, and what you're unwilling to deal with, I think that will kind of unite that energy, and then you're going to be able to drive forward more determinedly and more quickly. I think you're going to find your person more quickly if you kind of unite that energy, even if it's like uniting what you know in your head and what you feel in your heart. If you can get those on the same page, I think that will make it a lot easier for you to find the relationship that you're looking for. I think you need to remember to kind of refill your cup. If you feel like you're giving too much to people, just remember to kind of take a step back and recharge yourself, because especially if you're giving a lot of emotional energy to someone else, make sure that you're getting back what you're giving, or at least that you have the time and the ability to kind of refill your cup with that emotional energy. Make sure that you're getting back what you're giving, and that you're not just kind of needlessly giving and just feeling completely drained of all emotion and all your energy. And just know that this new relationship, whether it's with this old person in their kind of new phase or whether this is with the new person, give it time to blossom, because I do think it's going to take a while for this person to open up. I think it's going to take a while to kind of feel like you know what potential this relationship has. I feel like it is going to be slow going, but just know that, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take time, and that's going to ensure that you're going to have this solid foundation that you can rely on. It's not going to just crumble when you run into trouble or obstacles. So, group 3, I hope that this works out for you. I hope that you kind of find the right relationship for you and what you're looking for, and that things do start to work out, and that you start seeing those positive energies coming from the people in your lives. So I hope that this resonates, group 3. Please leave me a comment below if it does. I would also appreciate if you would like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you can see when I've posted new videos. If you'd like to listen to the songs that I pulled for you, I am going to post those in the description as well, so you can listen to those and see if they have any additional messages for your situations. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hi Group 4, so if you chose the red heart, then this is your message. So I am going to start with your tarot and oracle, and then I'll do your songs and then charms at the end. So yeah, let's figure out if your person is going to reach out and contact you. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, Strength, the High Priestess, Queen of Wands, and the Sun. So I'm not getting a ton about contact yet. I feel like the Sun could be taken as kind of an explicit yes in a lot of situations, but that's not a guarantee. But I feel like this person's definitely still thinking about you. That Queen of Wands is very attractive and alluring, and she, takes control. So I feel like this person is still kind of drawn in by your energy and might be checking up on you on social media, looking at old pictures of you, things like that. But I feel like right now they're really, really focused on working on themselves, because we've got that Eight of Pentacles, which has to do with hard work and perfecting things, and then Strength, which has to do with resilience and kind of just working on your courage and kind of just your inner strength, if that makes sense. So I do feel like if they're wanting to come back and contact you, I think that they're trying to work up the courage to do so right now. And this High Priestess has to do with intuition and secrets and just kind of knowing things in your gut and working on like just your inner knowing. So I do feel like you might even have kind of an inkling of if this person is going to contact you. You might kind of feel connected to them telepathically or something like that. And with this kind of the computer and her phone here, I do feel like this person might be kind of checking on your social media. Maybe you two have the tendency to kind of check on each other's social media or like reread messages at the same time or something. I'm getting kind of a telepathic connection here as well. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So you have Not For You, number 6. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. And also, you got another spirit animal card. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic, number 66. Oh, and the Mouse Spirit's number 40. You have It's Up to You. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own, and that's number 35. She Who Changes, Iris. Transformation, change, enchantment. Gazelle, which I'm actually going to read from the book for that one. You have I'm a Catch. You have Second Chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. And you also have Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. And then finally you have Camera. So yeah, I think this person definitely wants a second chance with you, and I think you have the option to have a second chance with this person, but I do think it's going to be up to you. It will be your decision. I think this person is probably going to want to be with you regardless, but I don't know that you necessarily want to be with them. I feel like you're both going through kind of a spiritual transformation right now. I think you're both working on yourselves. You're trying to kind of work on your inner strength, your self-esteem, things in your lives. But I think a lot of this does have to do with your self-worth. With Mouse Spirit, it's tend to the small things. So I do think that you're working on just a lot of little things that kind of add up to make your life better in general, and that kind of fits with that Eight of Pentacles energy, working on things, working hard, perfecting things. And then that White Raven Spirit is trust in the magic. So I do think that you're starting to kind of see the fruits of your labor in a way, and it might be some things that don't make a lot of sense that, you don't feel like you've put in the work directly for that, but now that you're kind of developing your self-esteem, or that you're kind of inviting in more positive energy, maybe some of that toxic energy is kind of exiting your life. Maybe some toxic friends are getting kind of cut out of your life, or, you got fired from a job that really you didn't want, and now you've found like your dream job or something like that, or you're able to start your own business, just things like that, where things just start to kind of fall into place and come together, and that things that felt horrible in the moment are now kind of working out for you. So yeah, that's really great energy. I feel like you're definitely working on your self-esteem, as is this person. I'm feeling like that's definitely kind of a united energy there, that you're both kind of mirroring each other in that way. So this I'm a catch card says, I'm a total catch and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of the many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. So yeah, I think you're both working on your kind of inner self-worth and your unhealed wounds, because with this obstacles card, that's definitely saying that the reason that this relationship hasn't moved forward, or that things kind of are being blocked, is because of these unhealed wounds. So I do think that it's that self-esteem within both of you that is kind of blocking things from moving forward more quickly. And I think that now that you're starting to work on your self-esteem, and that they're working on their self-esteem, things are starting to fall into place. And I think that that's what this not for you card has to do with as well, is not so much that this person is necessarily not for you, but that you're both finding out that the things that were kind of, that you got rejected by someone or by a job, or things that didn't work out for you, you're realizing that there was a reason why, and that better things have been coming in for you and are going to continue to come in for you. So I think that that's like, you're starting to see that kind of come into your life. You're seeing those magical moments fall into place. And then with this, speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. I feel like this person does want to reach out and tell you how they feel. I feel like that's going to be a very supportive and loving conversation. I'm not sure that it's necessarily going to be a like a getting back together conversation immediately. I feel like that's maybe a little further out before you would get back together or really like pursue a true relationship with this person. But I feel like the groundwork is kind of being laid. And then with the she who changes, you're definitely both kind of developing yourselves. And I do think that it's just your worlds are transforming as you are transforming, if that makes sense. So I think that you're both kind of in that space, and I feel like maybe within this process, you two are finding that your energies are starting to align, and so this is going to be kind of a natural gravitation towards each other again, rather than like a sudden message out of nowhere, or like something like that. I feel like it's going to be kind of more natural. Maybe you'll reach out first, or they'll reach out, and it won't be like unexpected, or you'll run into them, but you'll just kind of notice that things are falling into place. Or you'll be checking on their social media and you'll realize, hey, they're kind of at the same level I am. I'm noticing that they're making changes kind of similar, and mirroring the changes that I'm making in my life. And then with this camera, I think it's also interesting that on the sun card too, she's taking a picture. So I do feel like, hold on, I want to grab these really quick, because I think that this is kind of an interesting setup, but that it looks like this girl on the sun card is taking a picture of this Queen of Wands. So I do feel like there's some kind of mutual admiration happening, that you're maybe checking up on their social media, seeing what they've achieved, what they've been up to, and they, I think, are doing the same for you. And I feel like your energy is drawing in this person's kind of admiration, and I think maybe they're even like reminiscing on you, and they're comparing pictures that you had from a long time ago to how you are now, and you can tell that you're happier and that you feel better about yourself. And I think that's definitely attractive to them, and maybe they're wanting to make new memories with you now as well. But I am going to read from the Animal Spirit Guidebook to kind of give you some insights on that gazelle card, because I like how they describe things and kind of go into the spirit animal traits here. So let's see. So gazelle says heightened awareness and ability. So that goes with that high priestess card. So there's definitely some heightened awareness, especially spiritually. And also it says vulnerable. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, the gazelle is graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, they might have food allergies, insomnia, or a racing mind. To bring into balance, it suggests yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. So I feel like maybe one or both of you could be dealing with anxiety, whether that's just kind of everyday nerves and anxiety and a racing mind, or an anxiety disorder. That could be something that's kind of impeding your growth and your ability to be in a relationship with this person. So I feel like that definitely could be related to those unhealed wounds. And it could also be kind of hypervigilance as a result of negative relationships from the past as well. Maybe now you're extra wary about things and you're kind of looking for problems where there may be none. Maybe you're kind of overthinking, if they've sent you texts in the past and it was shorter than a normal one, maybe you were thinking that meant they were bored of you or didn't want to talk to you or something like that. And that just kind of, that pattern fed into more anxiety, and then that kind of made you to kind of grow apart. And I feel like that was on both sides, that it wasn't just one of you doing that or the other person. I think you both had your own version of that, and that was kind of, pushing your energies apart. And now that you've been working on each other, I think you are starting to get the groundwork laid for maybe a potential relationship. I don't think that this is a guaranteed relationship. I do think that this is going to be up to you as to if you want to take this person back or not, if you find other opportunities or other people that are more aligned with your energy, but just know that you do have options, and that this card is saying that this relationship deserves a second chance. So it might be a healthy relationship, especially if this wasn't a healthy relationship in the first go round. I think that the fact that you two are both working on yourselves now is saying that maybe this could be a healthy relationship on the second go round. It's worth maybe looking into, even if you're not sure yet, just, kind of testing the waters and everything. So just know that this is saying that, you all know your own situation as well, but just know that this is saying that this does deserve a second chance. So there might still be something there. Let's see what your songs have to say. So you were, 3 of the groups got 2 songs and 1 got 1 song. So you were one of the lucky groups that got 2 songs. So you got Lose You to Love Me by Selena Gomez. And you also got All I Want by Kodaline. So with this Lose You to Love Me, I feel like this is kind of the progression, the order that these went into. With Lose You to Love Me, it just has to do with kind of, breaking up with somebody in a toxic relationship in order to start loving yourself and to start giving that love that you wanted to give to the other person back to yourself. So I think that is the process that you're both going through, is you were giving all this love to each other or trying to, when you should be feeding that love into yourself and building up your own self-esteem and your own self-worth. And I think that this breakup or whatever this was, losing contact with this person was a trigger for you to start loving yourself. And then this All I Want, kind of one of the lyrics is, if you love me, why'd you leave me? So I feel like that could have been something that you were thinking for a while, but I do think that kind of plays into this kind of nostalgia and like reminiscing on your relationship. Is I think that this person does still want another chance with you, and they are remembering things, and maybe thinking about you and remembering the good times is kind of what's fueling them forward to kind of work on themselves. I do think that they are approaching their self-worth and the work that they're doing from a healthy standpoint of working on themselves for their own purpose, but I do think that you're still in the back of their minds that that's kind of one of the reasons that they're trying to get this done maybe more quickly than they would otherwise do, is that they do want this second chance. I think as they do this work, they're hoping that you haven't given up on them. But let's go to your charms now and see what they have to say. So we are going to use your red heart to figure out what's in the heart of the situation. So group 4, will your person contact you? All right, so nothing fell in the heart. So we're just going to get that out of there. So you got a few words here. Okay. So for zodiac signs, you do have Sagittarius. I think that's the only zodiac sign that appeared. So that just has to do with like freedom and independence and the kind of spirit of adventure. So I do think that you're both kind of approaching this relationship from a more independent standpoint. There's going to be, you've broken away from codependency and depending on each other for happiness, and you're approaching this in a healthier way now. You're giving each other your space, and you're both coming from a standpoint of feeling like you have the freedom to move around, do things on your own. You're independent, and that's just a healthier place to be. It could also just obviously be a zodiac sign for one or both of you, or you could have it somewhere in your chart, or a significant person involved in this situation or around this situation could be a Sagittarius, but otherwise that's just that Sagittarian energy is kind of what I'm picking up on. We're seeing both believe and we're seeing faith. So I feel like if you want this definitely will have like the chance to move forward again. I do think that this is going to be a healthier relationship in the future, and just believe that it is possible. I think this person's also trying to kind of have faith and believe in this as well, because we've got this star here. So they might even be kind of wishing for you and just hoping that things can work out again. We also have learn here. So I do think you're both learning a lot about yourselves, a lot about kind of what's involved in a healthy relationship. You're learning what your boundaries are, what you need, what your values are. You're just, I think, going through this process and learning what you want so that you can figure out if you are actually compatible, if your energies are aligned, if you're in the same place and are able to actually move forward in a relationship, or if you'd be better off with somebody else or on your own or something like that. Yeah, definitely a lot about self-worth and confidence. You've got these two crowns here, which both have to do with confidence and taking sovereignty over your own life, having that power to be able to change your life. You've got 24 and you also have 30 for the numbers. So those could be significant dates or lucky numbers or ages or any kind of number for many of you that could be significant to this connection. I think your hearts are feeling lighter at this point. I think you're over the worst of whatever this pain was, that came with the situation when you lost contact or whatever. I think that you're feeling a lot better because you've been working on yourself. I think that that's definitely helping you kind of get through just the standard pain of a breakup or, losing contact with somebody. The fact that you've been investing all of that energy into yourself is definitely helping you heal and do better. And I think that it's helping you not feel heavy and kind of weighed down by this so much. And if that's not actually happening yet, I think that's right around the corner. And we're seeing this lighthouse. So I do feel like you're feeling guided right now. That high priestess energy is definitely coming through very strongly for, your intuition is guiding you. You might be getting help from your guides. And just anyone, you might be praying and kind of asking for guidance. And I feel like you're feeling like you're getting that guidance as well. You might be seeing signs and synchronicities, things like that. But I definitely think that you're feeling like you're being guided in the right direction, that you're doing the right things. And I think you're getting reassurance from the universe that's saying, yes, you're on the right path. But I do think that this person does want to reach out to you. We've got the messages in a bottle. So that's pretty clear, like message or information coming in about this scenario. So if it's not them messaging you, it could just be that you're going to learn something about them that helps you make a decision, something like that. But first coffee makes me think of just how some people need coffee in the morning to be able to do anything, to just be able to even like move, to get out of bed, to like be able to go outside, get dressed, shower, anything. That I feel like that's kind of the energy that you two are in, but instead of coffee, it's working on yourselves, working on your self-worth, whatever you have to do in your own lives, getting your own lives in order. that kind of energy before you can get into a relationship. So that's kind of where you're both at. I think you definitely want to kind of get back in the saddle again. I think that one thing this person might be doing, or you might be doing as well, is kind of re-entering or like reigniting their passion for a hobby or something like that, or like re-entering the workforce or something like that, you know, something that you kind of lost sight of or that you stopped doing a while ago. I think that you're kind of reinvesting your energy into something that you loved for a long time and that you know haven't done in a while, and now you're getting back in the saddle, you're starting that again. But this can also just have to do with getting back in the saddle with this relationship, you know, starting new, picking things back up where you left off, that kind of thing. And with this car, I do think that this energy is going to be moving forward pretty soon. I do feel like you have that ability to move towards each other. This sometimes is chariot energy, so overcoming obstacles, like this card says, you know, healing your wounds that have been kind of impeding your progress, moving forward. And I think this person might even drive to come see you if that's possible. You might try to see each other. That might be, you know, you might just get a message out of the blue to say, hey, you know, let's meet. I want to see you, you know, something like that, kind of out of nowhere. We've got this flower here kind of in the circle. So I do feel like this is kind of saying you're focusing on your growth and you're trying to keep your kind of positivity bubble around you now. Like this kind of makes me think of all these sunflowers on the sun card here, that you are working on yourself and then you're radiating because of that. You're trying to kind of keep your positivity within you, and anything that doesn't match this energy that's within your bubble, you're rejecting. It's repelling that energy. And so toxic people are falling out of your life, or, you know, the wrong job kind of eludes you, and you're finding just the things that match your energy. You know, you're attracting the things that are at the same kind of vibrational level that you are. And I do think that this person is starting to kind of blossom and open up. I feel like they also think that you're very beautiful with this rose, and like inside and out, like I'm getting kind of that Beauty and the Beast vibe of like beauty being found within, and maybe this person felt like they weren't worthy until like maybe you kind of sparked that feeling of self-worth in them, and then because of you they made that change to start working on themselves. And I think now they're really trying to work partly to be worthy of you, and to be worthy of your love as well. So I think that just about does it. So group 4, I hope that this resonates, and I would love to hear if it does, so please leave me a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that I can see, so that you can see when I've posted new content, and it really does help the channel to have more subscribers, more people can see the videos, things like that. And I will be posting the links to the songs that I pulled for you in the description as well. So if you're interested in that, if you want to have a listen and see if there's extra messages in those songs for you, then that's available for you. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and yeah, I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.